my Grillas. Welcome to Catch a Redditor, the only show in the world dedicated to catching these Redditors. This is a brand new series we're going to do here on the Grillcast to catch these people, to expose them, because Reddit is a gold mine. It's a gold mine of cringe, of some wackadoodle characters, really. And we're gonna go ahead and expose them here on this show. So, if you remember at the end of our last video of our interview, before he quit, he said, "You're gonna hate what I'm about to do. You're gonna hate this. You're gonna really hate this." And I thought it was really laughable at the time. You know, what could he really do that I would hate so much? But he's responded, my Grillas. He's put out a strong response. He posted his own YouTube video. That's right, he posted his own YouTube video with the audio from our podcast. Now, Joe is clinically retarded. There's something wrong with him. His brain doesn't work right, my Grillas. And so what he does is he recorded only his own audio track and uploaded it. So he sounds like a schizophrenic man just rambling to himself. And it's just funny. It's just funny. He thinks it's some sort of own that I would somehow edit the content deceptively to make him sound stupid in the interview, but I didn't have to edit anything deceptively. He hung himself with his own words, my Grillas. He hung himself with his own words, and we all know this. That's why it was so entertaining to watch. So entertaining to watch him act like that. So, he posted this on YouTube to his Guy Cry channel. It currently has 39 views and 0 likes, 0 comments, which, you know, I'm not a like shamer. I'm not a view shamer. I don't think that's cool, guys. That's bullying, okay? That's bullying. So clearly that video didn't work. It didn't do anything. But he tries to take himself and rehabilitate his image. You know, really touch the base in their heart and their emotions and try and come off as a good guy. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video that he posts. He says, "Hey guys, Joe here, Cry Guy founder, and there's a campaign going on to smear me and get this thing canceled. If you're ever wondering what kind of person I really am though, let these kittens tell you. I'm working on my completely transparent story though, so stay updated." He's got more in the bank, but let's see what he's got right now.
You guys, I gotta drop him off to the Humane Society because I don't have any way to take care of them. I don't have a place they can live. It makes me so sad.
If only you had $18,000, maybe that would help.
And then there's just one over here on my arm too. I got 5 of them here. So,
you know, he could probably home these kittens himself if he hadn't spent all of his money on his Filipina queen, but maybe that's just me.
See, look at them. They're so adorable. What? Come here. What? Kittens everywhere, y'all. Hopefully, they get taken care of. If not, I'm going to ask them if I can get them spayed and neutered when they're big enough here.
Oh, man.
And then I'll release them back out to the barn. And
now, is it just me, or does having a bunch of kittens not really say that you're a good person? I mean, that's manipulation 101, right? Oh, I can't possibly be a weird guy. I have free candy in my van. You know who else had animals? Joe was Michael Vick. He had animals too, bud. Oh, man. Oh, man. And this works on people. That's the sad thing. That this sort of thing actually works on his intended audience. The people that he's trying to manipulate, Redditors, they're dumb enough to fall for this. I went ahead and looked through the comment sections for this, and I found a prime example of the sort of person that he's trying to win over with this. Who it works on. Who it really works on. So, let's go ahead and check that out, too. Okay, so user, Femboy Ethereum, which, I mean, come on. Come on, could you expect anything less? It is Reddit. Saying, "Who's doing a smear campaign? You're such a kind guy. Sad to see people hate on you." So, you know, you can excuse this. He doesn't know what's going on. Who would? Who would know what's going on unless they watched my video? Nobody would. And, Joe responds and says, "People that don't want to see this succeed, because for them to be a part of it, they have to change. And bad people don't like to change. But I'm taking all their ammo right now. I'm telling my story in the menu tab. I'm actively working on it right now. as we speak. So he's writing a dossier, my Grillas. The kill shot dossier that'll prove once and for all that he's not a bad guy for taking everyone's money and then spending it on meth. That he's not a bad guy for stealing $1,500 from his employer. That he's not a bad guy for trying to manipulate people into giving him more money. Now, Femboy Ethereum responds to this because he gets a link. He gets a link here and it says, "Man, I watched a good bit of this, skipped around, and this Grillcast guy honestly sounds like a douchebag." I mean, yeah, probably. He called men spineless and cucks for crying, and that is true. That is true, because you can just drink alcohol and punch drywall. What are you crying for, man? Come on, get it together. Called this guy a grifter and basically said that he can't recover because he used to do drugs. Now, I'm not saying that he can't recover because he used to do drugs. I'm saying that he shouldn't be in a position where he takes a bunch of people's money to make a non-profit. Because when he did that before, what happened to it? It all went away. It all went to his Filipina queen and his meth usage. That's where the money went. He goes on to say, the founder of Guy Cry is public about his past drug abuse. But it doesn't always mean they're going to do it again. It does. It does, because his trigger, obviously, for resuming his drug use is being in a position where he has lots of money. And even if he doesn't, this has replaced the high for him. The very first time that he went on Reddit, and he made the GoFundMe, and he made all that money, that hit like nothing else, my Grillas. That hit like nothing. He was on cloud 9 when he realized that he could dupe these people out of money. And I don't even think he knows it consciously. I think that this is a subconscious thing for him. I think that he has the addict mindset where you're hustling and you're bustling all the time. It's all that he knows. It's all that he knows is acting like this. And so I honestly believe that he thinks that he's done nothing wrong, that he never can do wrong because he's a nice guy and he wants to help people. But that's not going to happen, my Grillas. We all know how this story ends. Let's continue reading here. He says, also, he's not a scammer to take money from sponsors. He can't do the project if he's homeless. I mean, he could, but either way. And he stated he's not taking money from the Redditors he's trying to help. Sounds more like a charity setup / foundation setup to help men who are struggling to express themselves. Now, that would all be nice and good, but let's look a few days ago here, where he says, it was icy tonight while I worked on this truck. Shout out to Cloudwatcher9 for the $50 he sent me and $25 Icy sent me. You guys saved my life. For real. More videos coming soon. Cry, my guys. So, what is this, 8 days ago? We briefly mentioned it during the interview, but he absolutely is taking Redditors' money because he needs it to survive, because he refuses to get a job. He doesn't want to get a job. He doesn't want to work. He wants people to give him money, and he wants to suck money from the government in the form of grants and from nonprofits. Now, there's nothing wrong with that inherently, but you should know what you're dealing with, right? Am I crazy for that? Am I a bad guy for calling that out? And back to this Femboy Ethereum guy. Why are they like this? Why are they like this? Back to this Femboy Ethereum guy. This is exactly what I called out before the interview when, you know, I did a few videos showing why you should care about this guy or why it's funny. I mean, you shouldn't actually care. A Redditor and his money are soon parted. I don't have any ethical qualms with what he's doing. I just like pressing the guy because I think he's a scumbag and because I think it's funny. But anyways, what I said was that there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of doopies who care more about me being a mean guy, being a big old meanie on the internet. They care more about me being a mean guy than they care about themselves getting fleeced. That's the core of who they are, of being a doopie. They'd rather be fucked and told I love you than they would have somebody tell them what's really going on. That's what they would rather have, my Grillas. And that's what the grill pill is. The grill pill is reality. It's reality shoved in your face. It's uncomfortable. It's not for everyone. Some of them can't take it. I thought Femboy Ethereum could take just about anything from skimming his profile. I wouldn't recommend it. It's gross. It's really gross. But he just couldn't take that. Let's continue on, shall we? So, 520 Throwaway says, the thing about these people is, if they can't find a reason to attack you, they'll just make one up, as you've found out. Make one up? Make one up? I let this meth head ramble for an hour. An hour! Do you know how hard that was to listen to take part in? For your viewing pleasure? To listen to this guy keep going and going and going and hang himself? It was disgusting. I was disgusted by having to do that, but I did it for the viewers. I did it for the viewers because I knew that it would be good content. So here's one of Joe's tactics for firing back. Joe thinks he's gonna really get us. He says, oh yeah, most definitely. I just took their podcast and because they didn't even audio watermark it, I only had to remove the ends in a 1-second chunk at the beginning that wasn't suitable for kids. Because it was just lewd how the dude said it. And now I have an entire podcast episode that I can upload myself. Now, that is copyright violation, my friends. Look, Joe, I want to talk to you frankly here. I'm not gonna go after you for this. I'm not gonna copyright strike you because I think that that's lame. I think that copyright is cringe. But you clearly have no idea what you're talking about because you go on to say the worst thing they did was that they let me upload my side of it first. So now I can copyright strike them if I want to. No, you can't. This is my recorded audio, man. That interview, I recorded it. I published it. Your audio is completely different. You recorded that. That is not how copyright works. Do you think because you uploaded your unedited side of it that you recorded yourself that now I can't have that audio? You're a fucking idiot, dude. What are you on? Well, we know what he's on. But come on, dude. And this is the smartest thing that I think Joe has said. The smartest thing. And it brings me grave concern. Because the last thing I would want is for Joe not to fire back. For Joe to just drop it and keep scamming these people. Because he could absolutely do that. He could just keep scamming these people, pretend we don't exist. And, you know, all we could do is make fun of him. And he can ignore it. But like a real cow, I don't think he's gonna do that. He says, I can copyright strike them if I want to. No, you can't. I'm not going to because that would just draw attention to what we're doing from the wrong crowd. But I have the ammo if I need to fight back. So, Joe, I would really recommend not doing that. You're gonna lose and you're gonna look like a fucking idiot because that's not how copyright works. But hey, man, if you wanna do that, if that's your kill shot that you got there, fucking go for it, Joe. Go for it, Scamming Joe. I'd love to see it. I would really love to see it. So here's Joe's latest scam. It says, Joe saves lives, so let's help save his friend. Now, he posted about how his friend got his car towed. His car got towed. And he can't get it back from the impound lot. He just doesn't have the money. Oh, Joe's poor friend. If only he had a friend with $18,000. Where would he find that? Where would he find that, my gorillas? So we got some comments here. He says, well, that's sweet. If you guys want to do that, it's very kind of you. I wouldn't hesitate to do it myself if I could. What's our play? GoFundMe takes at least 7 days cash out. I'll take the money and give it to him. Oh yeah, he'll take the money and give it to him. It's going right to his friend, guys. It's going right there. It would be a nice test to show that I am who I say I am and I do what I'll say I do. My Cash App is HumLow, short for the Humble Lonely Company. If we can raise this, he would be so happy. So here he is again. He just can't stop. He just can't stop. He knows he's being attacked, but he just can't turn it off. It's what he's addicted to now, is taking money from these stupid Redditors. Now, let's look at this deleted comment here from his alt account, from his sock puppet account that he uses to boost himself up. One user says, I had some user called Little Lauren 12 message me saying Joe was a fraud and all this other BS recently. Now, Joe has made some enemies acting the way he does. I don't contact people. I don't do anything except make videos or you know, just talk about it because I think it's funny, but I just don't have the time to do shit like that. So Joe didn't actually post this scam. Joe didn't post it himself. A user called BHD412 did. And BHD412, as you might expect, is just a sock puppet for Joe, and I have some proof to show you guys here. He's not a smart criminal. He's not a smooth criminal. I can say that much. But this sock puppet account says, "Bro, you can't trust these random Reddit users, my guy." Oh, but we can trust you? Another random Reddit user who has a history of scamming people? Okay. "I've been grinding away trying to make things happen. I've been working on it for years, and good things happen to those who deserve it." And this is what I mean when I say that I think he doesn't even realize that he's a scam addict. I think he legitimately thinks he's a really good person, and when he takes this money, it's not him scamming people, it's that he deserves it. That he's earned it. That he's earned this money. He really believes this. It's honestly really interesting psychologically, but I mean, that's just the addict mindset, I suppose. "Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who bring up my past and can't see all the good I've been doing. Just wait. All my actions are gonna prove everything I've said. I've got nonprofits, I've wrote a children's book, I'm close to getting this thing funded. Don't get left behind. Go on this journey with me." So don't get left out. Don't get left out, my gorillas. Go on this journey with Meth Head Joe here and his Filipina queen. Go on this journey. You don't want to be left behind out of this one. Limited time offer. Act fast. Act quickly now before it's gone. So he really thinks because he's made nonprofits that totally failed after taking in money and that he's writing a children's book that it makes him a good person. It's so delusional. That's what Joe's up to right now. That's what Joe's been doing. He's a Redditor. And what do you expect, guys? You know, we're gonna keep following him, see where this goes. I think it's all gonna crash and burn hilariously, and that we're on the ground floor, my gorillas. We're on the ground floor. You want to get in early? You're in early because we're about to see something really fucking funny potentially here. We have his manifesto coming out where he blows us the fuck out with facts and logic. Can you wait for that, my gorillas? Blowing us the fuck out with facts and logic. As if we didn't give him the floor for an hour to just spill his guts out and expose just how stupid he is, how bad he is at scamming. Because he doesn't even realize he's doing it. It's amazing. So, you know, we'll keep watching, see how many other Redditors fall for it. See how many people end up giving him money. I hope he's successful. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I hope that he's successful at this venture. I don't mind him scamming Redditors out of money. They deserve to lose their money if they're going to be so stupid as to follow this clear charlatan. If they're going to do that, it's absolutely what they deserve. So, King, go off. Get that bag, King. Get that bag. And I'll be here to watch you and support you the whole way. So, my gorillas, that's what I got for this episode of To Catch a Redditor. You know, I'm new to this video thing, so hopefully it's not too cringe. Hopefully I did an okay job. If you have any suggestions for other Redditors that we could cyberstalk and harass for the lols. If you have anybody like that in mind, just let me know, and we can, you know, we can check them out, do a little bit of a deep dive, because I have a lot of fun doing this, and I like, supplementing our podcast feed, keeping them a little separate but equal. Maybe this one's worth 3/5 of, the podcast, who knows, but it is what it is there, folks. Thank you for watching. Tune back for the next one. Peace out.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer.